Morning, folks. So, yesterday's shooting put me in a bad mood. Got my cleaning rod. I can't find my brushes. Everything being all jumbled up and disorganized from moving. I got boxes and boxes of stuff. I don't know where they're at. So, I guess what's most upsetting than any of the rest is I can do better than that. I've done a lot better than that. But, yeah, there's some brushes. These are going to be 45 though. No, that's not them. My only big excuse, and it's really not a very good excuse, but it is truthful, the boxes of bullets I grabbed were a different bullet weight and a different gunpowder than what I've been shooting. And, you know, one of the biggest pluses for reloading is to find something that your gun likes, that shoots good. Not all ammo shoots the same. And, like I said, different bullet weight, different gunpowder. It makes a big difference. There's a ton of different ones. You can use a whole bunch of these for different, you know, for that same one. They're not the same. They do shoot differently. So, like I said, it's not the best excuse in the world. It's probably mostly me. But all that matters. It makes a big difference. And to not be able to shoot as good as I normally do, very upsetting. Very much so. Especially when you're talking about something that is you so rarely get a shot at anyway. I mean, I've never had a chance, and if I do get a chance, I don't want to miss it. Anyway, maybe it doesn't make any difference. All the years I've been chasing wolves around, I have yet to get a chance to actually try shooting at one. The closest I've ever seen, we're about 400 yards away. We weren't actually hunting, we were going up the road, and there they go up the mountainside. And by the time I got the truck stopped and got out of the truck, they were over the top, and I never got a chance at them. So maybe I don't even need a gun, but if I do get a chance, I don't want to blow it. Trying to get this done, I forgot to grab my tripod. But, okay, so what I got here, I got my cable and my chain around this tree here. Got a dirt hole here that I'll put a little lure in and cover up a little better before I leave. And then my chain runs underneath here into these pine needles down to a hole here. The way I do my traps is I dig a pretty deep hole because you got these swivels and things on the trap chain. All those need to be underneath the trap. And I cut out for the ears, for the levers. Make sure that's bedded pretty darn solid, which it is. Okay, and then my waxed dirt goes on top of this. Okay, that ain't maybe the best angle in the world, but without my tripod, that's what you get. So, anyway, I put my wax sand right over the top where the trap goes. Just like so. And then, I reach under here. Yeah, I hate grabbing the trap's pan, but reach under there and free up the trap. Okay, now the wax sand is under under my trap jaws. The way the weather is, I'm going to go ahead and use window screen like I would earlier in the season. That foam is great for the snow, but it is white and it does stand out. Okay, so my trap pan cover, let's see, I got some notches cut into it for my trap ears, like that. And I just put that right over the top. Sometimes that will set this off though. Like so. You know, and if you're a trapper, you've always heard to put your pan in a low point. Well, I agree with that mostly, but the water has to be able to run off on this wax sand. So mine is domed slightly in the middle so that the water can run off. And that window screen too, that helps quite a little bit. Okay, so now, let's see, show you what that looks like here. All that wax sand, you know, that's dry dirt. It doesn't match anything around it. That stands out, you know, like a sore thumb ever would. Let's see, did I grab? Yeah, I did grab some calcium. A little dab of that on there. This is basically just ice melt. I don't use a lot of that. A little bit, I think, isn't a bad idea. Okay, so then, get my gloves back on, and I'll blend this. All that dirt that I drug out of the hole, pine needles and things, put that back in. Okay, just like that. Now, throw a couple of pine needles on there so it doesn't look too disturbed. But I don't want any right where the actual pan is. I want them to see a clean spot right there in the middle. Well, this is what it looks like now. That looks much more natural. My trap chain is showing here. So I'll take and bury that like so. Just like that, so it's not visible. Step and stick. I'll just leave that actually right there for now. Okay. Now this kneeling cloth I use, some people don't use these. I'm kind of old school when it comes to that. What's nice about these is all this extra dirt here. I can pick this up and haul it off, and you got a nice clean edge. it's not scattered out very far. I'll just take it over here and go like so, and it's gone. Now, all that's left to do, let's see, let me blend this in just a little bit right there. Okay, all that's left to do now is bait the hole and cover it up so it's not visible from view from the birds. In Idaho, you can't use any kind of bait in a dirt hole unless it's hidden from view at all times. So sometimes that's a little hard to do, but there's enough rocks here. I'll pile some rocks on here and show you here in a second. Okay, so that's the finished set. It's exactly the same as a coyote set, just a little bit bigger spacing. The trap is back probably 16, 18 inches from the hole. Other than that, trap's bigger. Other than that, it's the same thing. But anyway, I am losing my daylight, so I better hightail it. Try to get some more of these in. Okay, there's two. Ain't very good for a day. I'll get more in yet, but it's a start. Bad thing is that, I mean, it's 50, 60 miles to this point. To check two empty traps is not good gas mileage. Good use of the gas. Anyway, that one's in. That one took me a little longer because I'm on the shady side of the hill. It's very hard to put these in places where they're not visible to people, and makes it kind of tough. I've never trapped this spot before, and I'm not sure I like it. Anyway, on to the next one. Okay, so against this cliffside here, there's a fairly decent trail that runs right down and along. So I put a P-post right off the end of that little stump right there. Right there. And the snow, my tracks are very visible, so I'll brush them out quick. Might not help, but it sure can't hurt. Nothing else. They hide them somewhat from people. Once this melts just a little bit, those will be pretty well hidden. Oh, let's see that. Right to there. Okay, let's get on out of here and try to get another one or two in. And I have to come back up here in another day or two, if not sooner. So every time I come, I'll put out a couple more. It's too far to go. It really is. I'm going to be able to watch my my bank account dwindle fast. But you never know. I might get one and put it all back too. So we'll see. Look at this spot. All tore up here. P right there. Tore up there. Scratch marks over there. Tracks all over the place. Here's another big old long kickback. Right there too. Yeah, perfect spot for a trap, except for the fact that the road is right there. That ain't gonna work. Anyway, folks, I'm losing my daylight. I don't know if I got time enough to set another trap now or not. Yeah, they're there. There's a wolf track and a coyote track. Quite a difference, huh? Another one. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and see you tomorrow. Might have to come back down here and try again, dang it. I didn't get as far as I wanted to today, but at least I got some traps out. If I got, one trap out, I gotta come back. I might as well have a dozen or more. Bye.